Hi, in this video we discuss about how to sort array list. Okay, so we will create um, a main class and we will sort a simple array list contains integers. Okay, so let us create a main class now. So inside this main class, let us create one array list car sales. So this array list keeps how many number of cars sold in a particular month. Okay, let's have this one. So we need to import this array list. Now we will add the values to this array list. All are integer values. Add. We can use index also. In the first month we have 1,000 cars sold. Then in the next month we there are 500 cars sold. In the third month, the number of cars sold were 800. In the fourth month, we have 1,300 cars sold. Okay, so now we have these values inside this array list. Now let us iterate this array list and print the values using the for loop. For int I equal to 0. We compare this I value with the size of the array list. So until the I value equal to size, we iterate this array list and print the values. Okay, right. Now let us have a sysout to print the values. System dot out dot println and let's get the values of the get the value from the array list using get method and can pass the index as I. So this will print the values. Okay. So now let us run this code and see the output now. So this will print the values inside the list 1300, 1500, 500, 800. So it prints the values as it is stored, the same order. In the order it was stored, right? The same order it printed. But we want to sort it using some methods. So we want to sort it using ascending order. So how to do that? So for that purpose, we can use a class called collections. There is a class called collections which belong to the java.util API or package. Okay. So we can use this sort method and we can pass the array list into this sort method. Okay. So now what we can do, we will we will have a sysout like after sorting. Okay, so we can write after sorting, after after sorting, after after sorting. Then again we can use the for loop to iterate. So we have done what we have done here is we have sorted the array list using the for using the collections dot sort method. Then after sorting, we are again iterating the array list using for loop and print the value. And let us see the output now by running this code. So now let us run this code and we can see the output now. Okay. So now see the output after sorting. It is sorted using in the ascending order, right? 500, 800, 1300 and 1500 we got it. Okay. So now we will see one more example for that. So instead of storing integer values, so let us write a class called car and create objects of car and store the car objects into array list, and this time we will sort it and see how to sort that. So for that, first thing is you have to write a car class now. So let us write a car class, and this car class we will add only one instance variable as of now, private. Okay, private the string, private string brand. So car has different brands, so we can store the value of brand inside this variable. And also we will have a parameterized constructor. We can add a parameterized constructor using this way. Okay, now we have already a parameterized constructor. We also add a toString method. ToString method actually belongs to a class called object class, and the toString method we can override it in our class. Okay, so what we can do is we can add a toString method also using this by clicking source and generate toString method, and this method simply return car brand equal to this. Okay, so now we are done with this. Next thing is we have to create a main another main class. Let us create another main class, and we will let us create a another main class, main one. Okay, and inside this public static void main method, let us create a array list, another array list r list equal to new array list. Okay, so now we need to, as usual, we need to import it. So let us import. Now we create few car objects and store these car objects into this array list. So we do that now. Car c1 equal to new car, and we pass the brand Honda. Okay, then another car. So we create few car objects. Okay, c2 equal to new car Maruti, then c3 new car Hyundai, then c4 c4 Audi. Okay, so these are the car objects we have created. Now let us add these car objects into this array list. Okay, using the add method, add, and we have to pass this object. So c1. Okay, then we add these other car objects into the array list. c2, c3, then c4. So c2, c3, c4. Now what is the next thing is we need to, now we have added all the car objects into the array list. Now let us iterate this array list using for loop and print the values. Okay, so let us do that now. Int I equal to 0, then I is less than car list dot size. So we have to compare against the size of the array list size. Then we increment this I. Okay, so now we will use a system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println, and print the car object. Okay, how do we print it? So we have to get these car objects from the array list using get method, and we have to pass the index. Okay, so let us now let us run this code and see the output now. Okay, so now let us run this code and see the output now. So main one, right? Main one is the class that we have to run it. So see the output now. So here what happened is it is printing the car objects Honda, Maruti, Hyundai and Audi. So it is printed as in the same order, the order in which the car objects are added to the array list, the same order it is printed. Now we want to sort it, right? Sort it based on the brand. We want to sort these car objects by brand name, that is by alphabetical order. So we expect first Audi should come, next Honda should come, next Honda should come, then Hyundai should come, then Maruti will come. That is how we want to sort it. Okay. So now let us um, sort this based on the brand. How to do that? So in order to do that, what we have to do is we have to use um, the collection dot sort method, right? We have to use the collection dot sort method to do that. So we use the collections, right? Collections dot sort. Then we have to pass the car list, right? Pass the array list into the sort method, right? So next thing is what we need to do is next what we need to do is we have to use the for loop, right? Again we have to use the for loop to iterate. So before iterating this for loop, what we can do is we print after sorting. Okay, after sorting we have to print after sorting. So after sorting what we are getting, so we have to use the for loop again, so to iterate and print the values now. So let us do that now. So now we have done everything. Let us run this code and see the output now. Okay, what we have done so far is we have used the sort method of collections class and passed the array list. So after sorting, we are iterating it again and print the output. Okay, let us run this code and see the output now. So we are getting a exception. What exception we are getting? Class cast exception at line number 28. What is the reason for that? The sort method expects the array list, the objects of the class inside the array list should implement comparable interface. That is why we are getting this class cast exception. So what to do now? We have to implement this comparable interface using the car. So the car class should implement, right? Should implement comparable interface. So we have to do that part. Okay. So next thing is the comparable interface actually belongs to java.long package. Okay, so we have to implement this compare to method. How to implement it? We have to compare these two. The compare to method actually used to compare the values, two values. One is the current object brand. We want to compare the brand of this current object against the object passed to the compare to method. So we have to use that. So we will use car C, we can use this way. Compare to return brand dot compare to, okay, compare to the brand is actually string also already implements the compare to method, so we can use that one. So C dot brand. Okay, so now we are done with that code. So now what we have done is our car class implements comparable interface, and comparable interface is having the compare to method, and compare to method, inside the compare to method we are comparing the brand of the current class, current object, with against the object possible to the compare to method. So we are comparing both brands, and if both brands are equal, then we are the compare to method will return 0. If the brand of this object is less than the brand of the given object, then we will get a negative value. The negative value will be returned. If the brand of this object is greater than the brand of the object passed to this compare to method, then we are getting the return type, return data will be greater than 0. Using this compare to method, the array list, actually the collections.sort method, will compare the objects and give the sorted values. Okay, so now let us run this code and see the output again. Okay, now let us run this code and see the output. Run as Java applications, right? So let us see the output now. See, after sorting, we are getting the sorted values. Audi, brand Audi, brand Honda, Hyundai, and Maruti came. Okay, so in this video, we have seen how to sort the array list, objects of array list using the